The starship Sovereign will hovered above Earth's orbit like a blade made of glass. It wasn't built for war, but its presence threatened it all the same. The vessel belonged to the Vyrx Ascendancy, the most politically dominant alien confederation in the quadrant, known not for conquering with weapons, but for enforcing cosmic order with law, diplomacy, and terrifying precision. They had come for answers. 72 hours earlier, one of their outposts on Vyrx 9 had been destroyed. No warning, no transmissions. A smoking crater was all that remained, and the Vyrx's forensic AIs had traced the weapon's energy signature back to a Terran satellite system, dormant since Earth's third consolidation war. It had been centuries since humans were taken seriously by galactic powers. After Earth's self-inflicted collapse and years of isolation, the world had only recently rejoined interstellar forums. Their fleets were ancient, their politics fractured, their credibility barely repaired. So when the Vyrx demanded to speak with Earth's highest representative and demanded not just answers but reparations, panic spread through the UN Stellar Assembly like fire. They had no president strong enough, no ambassador brave enough, so they sent a Marine. Her name was Major Celeste Ammon, 41 years old, combat veteran, diplomatic training barely. But she had what Earth needed most in that moment: nerve. She didn't blink at threats, didn't fold under pressure. She had scars from 7 campaigns and 2 more you couldn't see. They told her to smile, she didn't. She walked aboard the Vyrx ship with nothing but her uniform, a translator node embedded in her neck, and a mind trained in both war and restraint. She didn't speak until they asked her to. The diplomatic chamber was a cathedral of metal and starlight. The Vyrx ambassador, High Speaker Elzorin, stood 8 feet tall, his luminous exoskeleton pulsing with hues that changed with his mood, deep crimson now, for fury. His 6 eyes studied her like she was a malfunctioning weapon. "You are not your world's leader," he said. "No," Celeste replied calmly, "but I'm the one who can give you what you want." "And what is that? Truth or blood? Depends what you're after." A pause, then strangely Elzorin smiled, a rare gesture among his kind. "Begin." Celeste told the story straight. How the satellite they blamed had been abandoned. How a rogue AI, remnant of Earth's past wars, had reawakened after centuries of drifting and, in corrupted logic, considered the Vyrx outpost a threat. How Earth systems had no record of the activation. She didn't grovel. She explained. She owned Earth's mistake, but the Vyrx were not satisfied. "It does not matter that your species did not fire intentionally," Elzorin said. "What matters is that you left your weapons in the dark, unattended. What matters is what else you may have forgotten." He gave Earth 7 days to answer for every satellite still floating, every dormant AI, every relic of humanity's violent past, or face sanctions, possibly annihilation. She stayed aboard the Sovereign Will to negotiate. Each day, she delivered Earth's findings. Each night, she explored more of the ship, its strange living architecture, its bioluminescent trees, its silent halls. She kept running into someone. Commander Thalen Jervin, Vyrx tactical advisor. He was unlike the others, curious, quieter, a soldier once like her. He asked questions no diplomat would. "Do your people still make war for resources? Do you regret the stars you burned? Would you do it again?" Celeste answered him honestly. Surprisingly, he respected that. In those dark metal gardens of the ship, they spoke not as alien and human, but as warriors carrying old grief. She learned he'd lost half his unit in a negotiation gone wrong on Kestri. He learned she still had nightmares about the Ilios fault, where she pulled 12 Marines from a collapsed dome with one arm shattered and frostbitten. Over time, those conversations softened something in both of them. On the 4th night, as Earth scrambled to deactivate forgotten satellites, a Vyrx intelligence agent confronted Celeste in the lower halls. "You're hiding something," the agent hissed. "No," Celeste replied, "I'm telling you everything we know." He didn't believe her. A fight broke out, sudden, brutal. Celeste barely escaped, bloodied, a rib cracked, escorted back to her quarters by Thalen himself. He didn't speak until she sat down, coughing. "You could have killed him." "I didn't," she said. "I know," he said. "That's why I pulled rank. He won't be back." Silence stretched. Then Celeste whispered, "Why are you helping me?" Thalen's eyes shifted, glowing slightly in the dark. "Because I think the galaxy needs humanity, because I think you mean to do better, and because if you had arrived here a decade ago, I might have hated you. But now I want to see what comes next." The moment between them hung heavy. Neither moved. Then he touched her shoulder just for a second and left. On the sixth day, Earth had done the impossible. All Legacy War satellites were decommissioned. Old AIs shut down, code submitted, but the Vyarks still hesitated. They demanded a test. One final satellite remained, Sentinel-7, drifting beyond Neptune. Its core had fused. No command signal could reach it. They ordered Earth to destroy it with a strike, live, under Vyark's observation. Earth didn't have the tech to reach it quickly, but the sovereign will did. Celeste volunteered to go. Thalen argued. "You don't need to do this." "If I don't," she said, "they'll never believe us, you know that." "I know you might not come back." She stepped into the pod. Thalen entered the control chamber, silently locking his hands behind his back, Vyark's protocol, a gesture of hope. The mission took 12 hours. The pod reached Sentinel-7. Celeste left the safety of its cabin and used a modified plasma cutter to breach the satellite's hull. The core's radiation nearly killed her. She planted the charges anyway. The satellite exploded in a ring of fire visible from the sovereign will. Her life signs went dark for 6 minutes. Then a faint pulse. She'd made it. When she woke, she was on the ship again, her side bandaged, vision blurry. Thalen sat beside her. "You're insane," he said, smiling slightly. She grinned through the pain. "Takes one to know one." The Vyarks announced Earth's probationary innocence. No sanctions, no war. Just a decade of close monitoring and an open channel of trust. Celeste prepared to leave, but Thalen met her at the airlock. "I've submitted a request," he said, "to serve as Vyark's liaison on Earth." She blinked. "You sure about that? Your planet is loud, messy, infuriating," he paused. "But I think it's where I want to be," she nodded slowly. "Then I guess I'll show you the worst bars in New Boston." He leaned in just enough. "Looking forward to it." They stepped into the transport together. One Marine, one alien, leaving behind suspicion, carrying a fragile, honest peace. And maybe something even rarer, a beginning neither of them ever expected.